Hey guys, I thought I would walk you through a little behind the scenes of the inflatable character that I scared people with. I'll put the original right here if you want to check it out, and I'll put it at the end of the video as well, or down in the description. But there's just a couple subtle things that are happening during these videos that I thought you guys would love to hear about. For instance, the people that gather around us when we're filming that blow our cover. It's very difficult to do some of these sometimes when we're in such a public area. Luckily, this particular prank, I was hidden so no one could really recognize me, but it's even an additional problem when I'm out in public and they recognize me in my own area and there's people sitting around with their cameras watching us and filming, so it makes the people that we're going to try to get coming down the street totally not fall for it. So just check out this. I'm just going to give you a little narrative as we walk through the video, just so you can see a little bit of behind the scenes of what's really going on. First of all, the thing that's really amazing is this store does typically have an inflatable here, and look at what people do. They walk by, they poke at it, they hit it. Some people have knocked them over. I mean, look at this girl. She's gonna hit me. Boom! Like, I'm actually in that, people. There's one person that's coming up here. This guy pokes on it. There's someone that comes up and it hits my hand. You'll see a little kid here in just a second. I don't know if it's this next scene. Oh yeah, this woman pokes me. Right here, you see that? That kid smacked me in the hand with its knuckles. I actually felt that. This guy twists my nipples. But yeah, it's just people tend to touch this thing like crazy, and it's no wonder the original it got so thrashed and caught. This is another situation, is look at all the people that just gather around. This is just one moment, but we had 200-300 people at one moment at this farmer's market surrounding us. And it just makes it almost impossible to fool people.
All those people just saw you guys.
Now here's the scare prank I did within the scare prank. It pops up. There we go. Now that wasn't really to frighten the heck out of people. We just threw that in because we thought it would be funny. I think if we were to do it legitimately, we'd have much scarier eyes. Oh, this is interesting. This is just an example of how I didn't just always jump out and scare people. I did do stuff like subtly touch them or just follow them on the street. This was one of the only ones that had a reaction. Surprisingly, there's no reaction if you don't stomp your feet and do something. Oh, this girl here tried to scare me. Here's another one coming up. She actually got me a little bit. Several people did that throughout the night. I think they're funny. Here's an example of just typical shots that we got. Probably an hour of footage of this. Just people staring, not sure if it's real, why the character's there, what's going on. Look at this guy's face. He just doesn't have a clue what's going on. There was a friend of mine I jumped out of, and that was cool to have the elastic ropes that let me jump out. This is an example of what happens often. This kid was in 5 or 6 of the scenes that we took out. He always had to be in the mix, always talking to us, always poking. And it's just another example of just the stuff we run into when we're filming. It's really kind of amazing. These kids were pretty cool. I scared the heck out of this guy. He was in the original video. But the family was fun. The mom's like, they never get scared. And of course they wanted to take pictures. And this is just an example of some of the raw footage. There was many people that just wanted to take a picture with the character. In some cases, that's when we got to scare them because they didn't know it was a live person yet. But in most cases, it's after the fact. People are like, I want to get a picture too. And so it just causes more of a scene. And then everyone that's walking by knows there's something up. So it's just another one of those things to think about when you're seeing the footage. It's easy to be at home and say, oh, you should have done this, you should have done that. But in the real world, this is what we're actually dealing with. This kid was cute. She was not terrified at all. She thought it was hilarious. So she sits there and she pokes at me and she giggles, and she actually just popped a squat and sat and watched as I tried to scare a couple people, but it's, again, kind of difficult when there's people watching. In this next shot, you'll see a girl get startled, and we didn't even do anything. And it's really rare, as much as you think this would be easy. It doesn't happen often. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed a little bit of behind the scenes, and that's what this whole channel is devoted to. This is not my main channel by any means. This is just an extra channel where I get to communicate with you guys and kind of take the boxing gloves off a bit and show a little bit of behind the scenes of things, answer some Q&A, and just share some crazy videos that I can maybe come across that aren't really appropriate for my main channel. So if you have any questions, fire away. I'd love to answer them here. And if you have any questions about some of the other videos I've done, ask those, and maybe I could do a little behind the scenes video for that as well. So I'll catch you guys next time.